Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's reads. This is YouTube channel James 13 Wicca. If you see it somewhere else, it's not correct. This is the wrong one. The main tarot I'm going to be using are the Gilded Tarot Royale by Chiarel Marchetti, text by Barbara Moore. On the bottom here is the website llewellyn.com, which seems to glare. Hopefully you can see it, or it focuses for a second at least, if you are interested in that deck. Supportive Oracle cards is this one. Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen Raish Baskin. This is the Watkins Publishing. WatkinsPublishing.com is the website. And in the maroon color, you can see Tori Hartman's website. I want to say it's ToriHartman.com. Yep, right there. And for the dice, I use a 22-sided dice for the major arcana, substituting 22 for 0 for the Fool. 14-sided dice for the minor arcana, and for the element of the minor arcana, I use a 4-sided dice. MathArtFun.com is where I got it from. It's called the Dice Shop for the dice. Alright, that being said, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Okay, I think we're all ready. Let's get into your reading. Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Taurus? Okay. I feel like I've done a lot of I've done a lot in this series, and I'm gonna say I have how many left? 3 left after yours. So far, yours is the best. This has been a kind of a rough one. A lot of these have been rough. Yours is looking really good. The situation started out where, however long you've been here, I don't think it's starting off with like however long you've been at this situation, be it a family situation, a work situation, social, whatever it is. It's not talking about when you entered the situation in that respect, but the success came in when you paid attention to some information floating around you. And the gossip card shows up kind of like, it's kind of like when gossip is going on, it's kind of like maybe we don't need to listen to the actual, like, what people are saying or happening, but like it's pointing us in a direction like we need to kind of go over here and look a little deeper to find out what's really happening. So it's like if somebody's saying negative things about a person, what's going on there? Why are people doing that? Like, it's not believing the rumors, but it's kind of like, what's going on with them? Maybe I can get to know them a little bit better. Maybe I can find out the truth about what's jarring people forward to say these things. That type of thing. It's like showing you where to put your attention, showing you where to dig a little deeper to find out, like, why are people doing this? Why is this happening? Why is this a thing? And I feel like this is where your success started. You probably heard some things and you kind of like said, well, I don't know if that's what's going on, but let me get a little deeper and saying, like, why are people doing this? Why are we starting some little rumor thingies here? Why are we starting that? So you did what you had to do, and you did find the truth. You did find the truth, which probably wasn't what people were saying, but you found out, like, what's going on that's triggering people, or like what's, like, maybe is somebody doing better than everybody else and people are like having reasons, or they're trying to make up rumors, or kind of like trying to bring that person down, that type of thing. Like, whatever it was, you did find out the basis of what it actually was. Over time, I feel like you've evened it out. Your energy seems to be very dominant in this situation for evening it out. You got the King of Pentacles, you got the Four of Swords, which is a healing card. You also got the Queen of Cups coming in, kind of like, I know what's going on here, and I see what's really going on behind the scenes, but I don't let everybody know what's going on here. It's kind of like maybe you're aware of a couple of rats in the situation, and you're keeping that to yourself, and you're also keeping your eye on it. Meanwhile, like, trying to, like, anytime you see the rats cause some issue, you're getting ahead of it and you're kind of squelching it. Maybe without them really knowing that you're doing that, but you're kind of calming it down before it becomes an issue. I feel like Taurus, I don't know if I'm right with it or not. I do feel like Taurus can be very stealthy if you decide to be, because I feel like you can do that very stoic, quiet energy and kind of move things around and just kind of like do what you need to do without really over explaining. And people may not know why you've done what you've done, but you can be very, like, I don't want to say it's secretive. I just feel like it's very kind of like private. I don't know. I don't feel the word secret really works. I feel like it's more private. Like, I just don't talk about certain things. And I feel like people realize, like, if I don't want to say something, I'm not going to say something. It could be a secretive energy, but I feel like that's different. I feel like it's more stoic. Just kind of like, I'll do what I need to do. And just, I kind of like, I move around and I get things done and people don't even realize I've done them. But it's, I don't know, maybe I'm mincing words here, maybe. Because I do feel like you're balancing it out and you have control of the situation and you're keeping it locked in place for now, which seems okay. What is something? I know there's something else with this, so. Ace of Cups, half in, half out. And the Star card reversed. Okay. So, other people, are they starting rumors about you? I feel like other people are starting to push that energy towards you. It's a random energy. The thing is, with Taurus, in my opinion, what I've seen from Taurus is like people know what Taurus is about. Not all Taurans, so hopefully this doesn't sound bad, and I don't feel like Taurus is going to be upset with this. You tend to be predictable, especially when it comes to responsibility. People know that you take responsibility very seriously, and if you say you're going to do it, it's going to get done. So I don't think that's bad with predictability. I feel like that's probably a good thing. If you say it's going to be done, and you know what you're doing, and you're going to get it done to this quality, then that's what happens. You're also Taurus is usually very dedicated to doing things right. Taurus is a very quality driven sign. So, I mean, I feel like all the earth signs are kind of that way, but especially Taurus, because they just won't settle. They won't settle for less, and they'll just keep doing it until it is right, and they won't let other people kind of cheat them out of that. Even if they have to do it themselves, the quality will be there. And it's fine. It's fine that people are kind of doing this. I shouldn't say it's fine. People who are trying to start rumors are like other people are like, yeah, not Taurus. I feel like if people try to start some bogus rumor, they're like, not Taurus. No, not Taurus. You got that wrong. There's no way that was Taurus. No, not Taurus. I just don't feel like people. This is where predictability is very good, because people start to try to create some ridiculousness about this situation, and other people are like, no, that's not Taurus. No. Because people know how you are and know how you do things. So it's hard for them to believe that you wouldn't do things the way you normally would. Yeah, something's up with this. They fail at trying to create a problem for you, and I feel like they just abandon the whole effort. I'm not really even sure if you're going to be aware of it. What is going on with it? 'Cause this? Okay, so how is that affecting Taurus? Because, like, is Taurus going to be aware of this ridiculousness? The World comes in, and then the Five of Cups, half in, half out. The Five of Cups is kind of like, seeing the negative of a situation and, not and being blind to what's still left to your advantage, but it's half in, half out. So I feel like I don't know if there's really anything to do about it, and I feel like when that energy subsides, I'm kind of like, well, I guess that's all there is for that, but I do have an opinion of that person. You probably are aware of it to a point, but maybe don't care that much, and once it's out of your way, you're like, well, I have actually important things to do. I'm not going to waste my time on that. So it's kind of a benign. I don't know if some of you may know and some of you may not. I feel like the majority of you probably don't care. So what is this coming up? Release of the Hanged Man, and then the King of Cups, half in, half out. Something new enters the situation. When this new energy comes in, this is talking about fire. There's a lot of passion coming in with this. This actually works to your advantage. Whatever's going on with this, I don't think it's bad. I get that it's a mix of energy. I don't feel like it's just, like, this is talking about fire signs. Earth and fire aren't usually compatible, but I feel like this isn't a bad thing for you. This might be one of those people where it's kind of like, I feel like they're a good person. I respect that that's how they do it. I know that they say and what they do equal the same. Like, if they say they're going to do something, they do it in their own time and in their own way, and it may not be the same every time, and that's not my way of doing things, but I know that they're honorable. I know that they're a good person. And this person entering the situation, when they first enter, it's not like you're just going to believe that right off the bat. But the trick is to not feel like, okay, what do we have? I'm kind of stuck with this energy. I don't know if I really like it, but I guess I just have to like grin and bear it and just deal with it. They're saying don't do that with this one. Because the way I describe that energy is like, it is a good energy. It is not your flavor. It's not bad. It's a good energy, but it's not your flavor. That could cause unnecessary tensions and unnecessary issues. And to just kind of accept it like, I don't really like that, but I guess they're going to do what they need to do, and just kind of like, I don't think I'm just going to stay away from it. They're saying that's not going to serve you. What they're saying to do, this is very interesting, the two of these coming in together. I'm just going to do a dice on it, because I feel like they're saying get involved and don't at the same time, so I'm like, okay. Okay, you want to set boundaries, you want to set rules. The Ace of Cups, half in, half out, and the Devil card also back this up. And I'm getting from this, like, if you kind of talk it out with this person, but only within respect to what is necessary, this can be a very good connection. You don't need to talk about everything is what I'm getting with Okay, I get isolation more. So like, when you're isolating something out, when I usually see this card, I feel like this is kind of like usually staying out, like keeping yourself away from it, or just like leaving it by itself, disconnecting, stuff, something like that. It's not what I'm getting for this. What I'm getting for this is like, choose what you will and won't talk about with this person. Keep it in those categories. Like if you have 5 different functions in this situation and you're only willing to talk about 2 and 3 with this one, only talk about 2 and 3. And keep it about 2 and 3. If they try to change the subject or take it into some other category that you don't want to talk, just kind of like, well, that's okay for now. I'm more concerned about 2 and 3. And just keep bringing it back to 2 and 3. Isolate out what you want to talk about with this person and leave the rest out. Just kind of like, the rest is fine. I just want to talk about 2 and 3. And just keep bringing it back to where you want it to go. Keep that energy where you need it to be. Isolate out what you actually want and keep that boundary. Keep that boundary strong. And you should be fine with this energy. I don't know who you're dealing with, because I'm questioning, like, is that going to fly? Because some people won't. For some reason, if they think they should be talking about all these other categories, are they going to be a pain in your side about it? And I get like, it seems like it works. You just keep bringing it back to those categories and you just keep it segregated to just these ones, just 2 and 3. If there's 5 pieces, only number 2 and only number 3 I talk with this person, and that's it. And you already made up your mind that's what you're going to do. You'll keep bringing it back there. Don't talk about things you don't want to talk about with them. It keeps things more in your control, and it makes this more compatible to what you need it to be. It's not always going to be easy with this person, but I do get that it's a good energy. Like, it's a general read. Take it with a grain of salt, of course. But, like, there's a push-pull with this. I don't think we need to get into any guilt cycles here, any guilt themes. We don't need to do that. So if somebody feels guilted, or if you feel guilted, do your best to recognize it and just try to take it out of the equation. Nobody needs to feel that. It's not helping you or anybody else. So I feel like we need to kind of like make sure that if we see it, especially if it's happening, you're feeling that energy, shut it down, find a way to kind of like work it out. Like guilt isn't helping you. Guilt is a very draining emotion. It's not productive. It just kind of takes energy away. It's kind of like worrying about something. Instead of worrying about it, make up a plan to do something about it. Make yourself a note to like keep an eye on it. But just like worry is wasteful. Worry doesn't help. Guilt doesn't help. It seems to be in the same category. If you need to make a plan to keep an eye on it, if you need to do something differently, then do something differently. If you're not, worry is not changing anything. Worry is not productive. Worry and guilt don't actually make anything positive happen. Being more isolated on certain things, not everything, but certain things, it may cause some tension, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. You need some time to get to know this person. That energy also that I just showed can pass. What comes after is things go a lot better, judgment in your favor, Ace of Cups in your favor. It does say soulmate. It doesn't have to mean you have to have a literal soulmate going on here, but I feel like you can be very compatible with this, and this can go well. You definitely need a lot of time to get used to it, to get that confidence level, to get that comfort level. The more you get to know this person, whoever it is, the better relations can go, the more you can respect each other's boundaries, and once you have that locked in place, and it's going to take time to get there, everything can go very well. This can be a wonderful thing for you. Things can be very comfortable for you. I just keep getting like, we have to be careful about negative energy. We got to be careful about people feeling like they're not wanted or like they're not being respected, or I don't know what's going on with this. Because I'm getting the Death card with the victim energy. Somebody might be, I feel like they're a good energy, but they're not your flavor. And I keep getting that. Even the Death card, sometimes that talks about Scorpio energy. It doesn't have to mean you're dealing with a Scorpio. Ironically, that's one water sign that you usually don't match up with. Because they're very random, they're kind of all over the place, they're very successful, but you're very thought out and methodical typically. That's typically a Taurus thing, very thought out and methodical. And that's not Scorpio. They're not very thought out like that. Now when it comes to procedures, and they don't do it very methodically at all. But the thing is, they have a high level of success. They know they're going to get it done. Sometimes they don't remember how they got it done, but they're definitely responsible. They're very responsible, and they get done what they say they're going to do it. They may get it done at the last moment, but they'll still get it done. And that might be a very difficult thing for you. This victim energy, what is that up with that? Like, that's like, I just feel like the guilt trip, the victim thing, we got to keep an eye on that. Nine of Pentacles reversed, and the Seven of Major Arcana, which is the Chariot, half in, half out. There's this question of loyalty, question if somebody fits in. That's another reason I feel like we want to isolate out certain categories. You want to build rapport on those categories that you're comfortable with. And you want to give them that comfort level to realize, hey, I like you, we're different. And if we just keep it in these certain categories, we can get along. The randomness that you are, whoever this person is, if they are random in your opinion, the randomness that they are, you understand works for them, and you can deal with it in these categories that have been segregated out that you will deal with them in. The other categories, those are for you to handle. Those, you don't want them to be a part of that, because you can't. Everything cannot be chaotic. A couple things, if they have to be, you can make that work. You'll deal with it however you need to, but not if everything is. Again, if we have 5 things and 2 things are a little bit chaotic, you can roll with that. I'm not saying you're going to like it, but you can roll with that. Especially if the other 3 things go as planned and go as clockwork. It's kind of like, I know these are going to go fine. Those are my comfort areas. And then these other 2, they're not. But then again, as long as I have these other ones that I can keep my stability, we can balance this out. There's something about that victim card and the guilt. It's kind of like we got to be on the upbeat. We got to kind of address things for what they are. Nobody needs to feel bad about things. Nobody needs to feel like they're less than. We just got to address it like, this is who I am, that is who they are, and this is how we manage this. Nobody has to feel bad about being their own flavor. We just got to be able to manage our flavors successfully in this manner. Flavors, All right. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.